Tell whether the number is written in scientific notation. Explain. Before we talk about this number here in Part A, let's look at a few examples of numbers that are written in scientific notation. For a number to be written in scientific notation, it should consist of a factor times a power of 10. So here's a few examples. The factor is 1 2/10, and the power of 10 is 10 to the third power. Another one, 1 times 10 to the 8th power. 2 237 thousandths times 10 to the negative 11th power. 9 9/10 times 10 to the 50th power. These numbers all consist of a factor times the power of 10, and they're all written in scientific notation. But not every number written as a factor times the power of 10 will be in scientific notation. There's two more conditions that they have to meet. First, the factor needs to be at least 1 and less than 10, and notice all these factors are at least 1 and less than 10. And then the power of 10 needs to have an integer exponent, and notice each of these has an integer exponent. So these are all examples of numbers written in scientific notation. Now let's look back at the number we have in Part A. We have a factor times a power of 10. So is this written in scientific notation? Well, first we can say the factor 2 5/10 is at least 1 and less than 10, so it passes that test. We can also say that the power of 10 has an integer exponent, -9, so it also passes that test. So the number is written in scientific notation. Part B. Tell whether this number is written in scientific notation. First of all, we have a factor times a power of 10, so that's true. So let's look at the factor. Well, notice that the factor is not at least 1. So this number doesn't pass our test. So the number is not written in scientific notation.